the new matchup, Azure Lane, a treasure against Review Starlight Choice Comeback. Sparkfire flexing a little bit of the foils on the stream today. Having some fun. Uh, Taking some damage. Alrighty then. Here goes nothing. This is this is a choice comeback build. We've got the stage go of the silver screen, my Nintendo here. Going off. Grabbing a level 2 reunion Karen combo to the hand. On the other side, it's Azure Lane cards that I do not know the names of as well as the review ones. But we do have the Taiho showing on the back row for enemy to horses. Going for it's the brainstorm with climax combo goodness. We are putting cards into stock. We are putting come back straight to the clock. And we are putting cards in our hand by paying out the stock to brainstorm for check 3 at any. Matthew coming down here. Pay 1, clock the top, search ourselves a 1 or lower character. 3 or less stock, that's a nice little 1,000 power bump. 2,500. Climax Swapper going into the hand off of this potentially. Nope, ends up going with the My Nintendo. The stage girl of the silver screen, My Nintendo. And going for some more deck milling. The Maya lets you mill on play. No soul trigger, no effect. If that was a soul trigger, could have assigned soul to another character on death. As revealed earlier, discard to check up to 4 level 1 or higher. In the middle, though, we've got a very gnarly My Nintendo, which has the potential to stay on the board for quite a while. No damage taken, or sorry, all damage taken, traded right back from enemy to horses. We'll see if Sparkfire gets to keep that Maya in the middle. On reverse, it is a level 0 bottom deck bomb, but also it lets you, check top on reverse. If it's a level 2 or higher, it rests. So, neat little bit of coin flip survivability. Big if it gets to stay alive. And in this particular Review Starlight build, the comeback finisher from the Review Starlight movie set does kind of inject a higher count of level 2 or higher cards. The Reunion Karen combo, the Reunion event, the 3-1 event that allows you to either burn 1 or salvage the comeback climax, kind of puts more onto the board. I think enemy to horses just resolved a spammable salvage brainstorm. Interesting. I wasn't super aware of its existence, but really, what is it? Really nice hand filter, honestly. Hits double. So it's just kind of considering what's coming up next. Believe that was climax swap for, here we go. It's the level 1 combo here. I believe it is a check up to 5 with experience requirement. I think it's discard check up to 5, add 2. If I can pull up if I can pull up deck log fast enough, I might be able to find out. So here goes nothing. We're looking for on reverse, sorry. End of the attack if the other character is reverse or the board is empty, search. But if the bomb in the center does rest, then it actually would deny the combo in this scenario, which I think Sparkfire was just explaining right now to enemy to horses. Enemy to horses decides to leave it there anyways, just let it ride. A key block here And while enemy to horses does get to resolve the level 1 combo, it's kind of like a it's kind of like a nasty kind of, oh boy, I got the combo, but you reveal the climax to block me with right on top. Thanks. That's really cool. So, Sparkfire not going to resolve the discard to check 4 for 1 or higher, draws a Twin Drive into the hand, and has the Hikari Brainstorm here. Hits one, maybe does not have the choice climax in hand though. So, and I don't know. Yeah, I don't know that the climax swapper got hit out as canceled damage. Still in the deck. Perhaps now just going to, yeah, double brainstorm on the turn, mill the deck down. Still does not find the climax swapper. But not for nothing, has enough card advantage from the triple hit on total on the brainstorms in order to kind of swing out here. You have a few different options, to be honest, right? Yeah, there we go. Twin Drive Nana into the hand allows you to, on attack, pay 1, trigger twice, much like the Heavy Cruiser Cheshire from the last game. Uh, Similar kind of stat profile is in this case a 3K that allows you to that gains 1,000 1,500 power whenever your other character attacks. So kind of scaling throughout the attack phase. Going to, yeah, double field it here to get over the 1 combos on enemy to horse's board. And gets an immediate kind of payoff for having these nanas on the field, able to net some extra stock here off of this turn. Does side with that Hikari in the first lane. That Hikari goes into stock whenever enemy to horses plays a climax. And so Sparkfire now gonna be able to refresh 7 climaxes, comeback climax in the hand to combo with on the next turn after anticipating getting the extra stock from this blue level 0 Hikari in the front row, going to stock whenever enemy to horses plays yet another bar climax. So not so bad at all. No hesitation, just grab, slam the climax down, triggers yet another bar. I think that's going to be minimum 2 outs. It's 5 to 6 going back here for enemy to horses. And a block off the top for Sparkfire to kind of keep the game even Stevens. Well, with 3 climaxes now out actually for Sparkfire. I forgot about the comeback climax that got clocked by the Mahiru earlier. And finally, a double trigger, double block here coming out of this attack phase. Not, you know, some compression here, still kind of dicey for enemy to horses. It's kind of a coin flip scenario. We have, not for nothing as well, we have the level 1 choice climax in hand with double level 1 combo sculpted from the early game. Double hit on this brainstorm as well. We have anything that Sparkfire wants from this waiting room. Realistically, he can have, right? We have double salvage right now. We have minimum double salvage coming in from the level 1 combo that Sparkfire just drew into. This Nana level 1 combo being able to salvage on attack. No reason really to play the comeback climax now. It was a potential line that is really unnecessary now. We can hold it for level 3 should it arrive. And realistically, going to level 3 from this position seems pretty nice. 2 Is that 2/2 on death? 2 Fuka zeros, effectively. So just trying to mill out after the immense kind of blocking and milling here from the brainstorms. Is not going to find anything on go around number 2. I think Sparkfire now going to be playing over, potentially. Gives Soul into the center there from the first effect. No. Oh, yes. There we go. Play over the Mayatendo with another copy of Mayatendo after milling. Sure. Fine. Discard. What's going away? One copy of the Karen finisher. Doing the math. 4. Stops at 3. Is going to somewhat play for, I believe that's going to be 2 climaxes left in the deck. We can choose whether or not to discard for the Mayatendo after all triggers are revealed here. So we can either continue playing for the climaxes left in the deck, or we can discard and mill it down. However, not for nothing now. Double block coming in hot for enemy to horses. Really nice setup here. And Sparkfire with what has been lovingly called by by a few of us the cheat Karen. With a card that allows you to... Oh, nope. Just discards regardless. Oh, I didn't see the deck size correctly. Okay. So Sparkfire was always going to be able to mill the deck down with the second copy of the Mayatendo. Has what is lovingly called the cheat Karen, what is actually the stage girl of the silver screen, Karen Ijo. I think the previous art that I called stage girl of the silver screen was the... Not Towards the Future Together. That's a Hololive epithet. Man, I can't remember. Either way, that Karen allows Sparkfire to look at the top 3 cards of the opponent's deck and rearrange them as he likes on an activated ability. Quite strong for the finishing turn. Quite strong in general. Kind of lets you plan out your coming turn, the expected damage that the opponent will be taking. Lets you rig 2 damage clean if you see a climax in the 3. So pretty nice. Pretty nice. On the opposite end here, enemy to horses. Level 1 climax in the hand, guaranteed. Deciding now what to do with the rest of the turn. Now then, some setup ought to be done for the finishing turn. The question is, how much setup are you really willing to do? You know, not for nothing. I don't think that Any Two Horses is actually playing the treasure climax that combos with the Taiho in the backstage. I think it might actually be just a check 3 brainstormer, which is okay. Just an interesting thought. Not sure about the exact 8 treasures that are in Enemy to Horses list, but it'll be what it is. Early play heal coming down for Enemy to Horses, and it's just playing the stall game, playing the standard game. We play to heal, to swing, to have climaxes, ideally still in the deck. And hopefully we can block it all down just well enough. Kind of big moment here for Sparkfire. Wasn't able to land good hits on the last turn. Enemy to Horses getting some really key blocks. If Sparkfire gets one more well, even without it, sitting now, what is Sparkfire at? Hold on, 2-5? 2-6. Ouch. With a climax penalty. Comeback climax in the hand. What do we do? Early play healer is also in hand, not for nothing. We can heal to 2-5. which is probably preferable, just to try and stall out the game a little bit more here. Ending the game, sending the opponent to level 4 from 2-1 is not exactly Review Starlight's specialty. I have to be clear with you, it's not exactly what it's known for. Does resolve a Brainstorm, perhaps to pay out and then salvage the refresh counter? No. Decides to add a third copy of the Reunion Karenijo to hand. This level 2 door combo. That is also a key part of the comeback finisher within itself. It both can add resource in the mid game and also be sacrificed in order to bring out an extra copy of the 3-2 Karen to the stage. However, for now, not going to play the kind of the quote-unquote cheating Karen. Is now going to swing out with double combo. Wow, unlucky. So that event, right, does get the comeback climax into hand, instead getting a character, just barely missing out on the guaranteed comeback climax draw there. There's still more events in the deck. Maybe this is it. How lucky can Sparkfire be? Not this time. All right. This time, actually trigger the door. Hear me out. Yeah. Okay. Climax Swapper to the head. We're hedging for the potential of, it's either that or the refresh counter to get out of this deck state. Yep, there it is. Because now trigger a climax, 1 in the clock, 1 just played down. Hits on the brainstorm. And hit to 2-6 now for enemy to horses. You have to think with any amount of finishing, any amount at all, it seems really reasonable to try. Even through the refresh counter that Sparkfire's added to his hand. This entry promo from the PCS season. It seems real possible, to be honest, for enemy to horses to kind of just to try to win. Let's try to look up the treasure finisher that enemy to horses is playing here. I believe it is the Unzen, which allows on attack, check top, put the cards in any order. Yeah, get rid of any of the 3 of your deck, and then whenever damage is canceled, burn 1. But instead, deciding to field Hiryu and Soryu, jamming down a climax, and healing with the Nagato. Hoping to survive. On the opposite side, Sparkfire, no reason to resolve that. Wow! No reason to resolve the refresh counter now, but how many copies of that 3-2 Hikari does Sparkfire run? It's a blue one that just got hinted damage. He might run 2. He should have one in his hand, surely. Allows you to search, and also it allows you to search, and it is also the key piece of the combo for the comeback finisher, sacrificing the 2-1 on the board to spawn a 3-2 in its place from the waiting room. But he's doing the math now. I believe he is out of all of the comeback finishers in the grave. The question is there an event left to find in order to get a comeback climax back into his hand? I think the answer is no. Not in the deck. So step one, brainstorm. New deck. The line here, we need to draw into the event. Salvage a comeback climax. We're going to be searching out, most likely, the Mayatendo that allows for on death discard to check 4 and add a level 1 or higher. Key to this point, the event. Train of the Reborn. There we go. Okay. How to get there. It's counting up the stock right now. Not sure how much brainstorming you can afford and still be able to pay for all of this. Our future destination. There we go. We're looking for our future destination, my Nintendo here. To try and get to this comeback climax. There's no going back from this. We are losing the game after this turn should enemy to horses live, right? So, step one, search. 2 events out! Ouch. Wait, hold on. No, climax swapper. Okay, so choice climax in the hand. But now the problem is no comeback climax in the grave, in the waiting room. Not that much stock left to work with here either. Brainstorm needs to hit a comeback climax here. Hits it. Hits 2 anyway, just for cards in the hand. We got him. No worries. These cards don't really matter, I don't think. But we have the climax swap. But here's the problem. With no free milling, this is 1 stock short of the full setup. He's gonna play another copy of the level 3 Karen to heal anyways, but with a 3 stock requirement to exchange the 2-1 for the 3-2, he's not going to be able to resolve pay 1 ditch 1 for the first red 3-2 that has hit the stage, unless he hits a choice trigger right now. Okay, unlucky. Block on 1. All right, so there goes that pipe dream. How much gambling are we doing, Sparkfire? Come on. All right. Triggers door. All triggers comeback. Goodness. All the comebacks that could have been in Sparkfire's hand from the start, revealing themselves now. Okay. 3-1. We've got effectively, unless there is a trigger here, a soul trigger. Unless there's a soul trigger here for Sparkfire, the best line that's left is basically needs to hit this 3 and needs to try his darndest to hit another swing for 3. Okay. Doesn't happen. Needs to hit a burn 2 and then needs to trigger soul for lethal. Never mind. Get blocked. GG's. All right. I think that was a triple comeback trigger. No, a double comeback trigger for Sparkfire. So that's not great. I don't know how many climaxes Sparkfire has left, and the painful thing now is that having paid out the whole setup in order to attempt lethal, Sparkfire does not have the stock necessary to try and to try and refresh. He's got to block everything right now. So optimistically, I don't know exactly how many climaxes is in Sparkfire's waiting room. I think it is at least 5. If it's any more than that, I'm pretty sure Sparkfire guaranteed loses. If there's 3 left, enemy to horses would need to not triple finisher and effectively cancel all of the swings, take all of the on cancel burn ones. If that's the finisher that's on the board, it could be a different finisher. But I'm not sure. I'm not as familiar with the Azure Lane cards. And I mean, here goes nothing. Oh, no, this is the mill finisher, I think. Oh, no, this is Shinano. Okay. Top 9, burn 1 for each climax revealed. I mean, yeah. 1, 2, 3. It's over. 4. How many climaxes are left? Not enough. Actually, none. Both of those statements are true. It's going to be a Azure Lane once again. 8 treasure. Shinano taking the top off of Sparkfire's deck and Sparkfire's head. Good, a good amount of blocks right there on the penultimate turn for enemy to horses. Just kind of getting good luck on the treasure trigger blind stocks and keeping up the game tempo throughout with just, the nature of treasure, right? It's you trigger treasure, you can redo the one combo, you keep searching what you want. It is some amount of deck compression, it can kind of snowball a little bit if all the stock is nice and clean. As long as you can keep discarding down the treasure climaxes you add to your hand. Alright, we'll be back in about 7 minutes for round 3 here on Weiss Schwarz Wednesdays.